In this video today, I'm going to show you exactly how you can close the gap, just like every PGA Tour pro does, to improve your ball striking, just like Tony Finau here. What's up, everyone? This is Jim LaBuda here once again. And like I said, today we're going to take a look at the golf swing of Tony Finau, but we're going to look at him from the backside angle here because there's a couple of things that he does specifically with his right arm or his trail arm in the golf swing that'll help you improve your ball striking. So I'm just going to move, first of all, get his club moving right to the top of his swing here. And there's a couple of things that I want to point out right off the bat. Number one, we're going to talk about this position of his elbow. You can see the elbow there in that right tricep, really in the right arm. That's definitely more in front of his body. A lot of times what happens with the amateurs is we get the arm back here. We get the arm opening up and we open up that shoulder and get it behind us. The other thing I want to point out here is that if we look at the angle of his arm and forearm here, we can see how that forms a right angle. Real powerful position to be in there. But there's going to be three keys that I'm going to show you here that if you want to improve your ball striking, these are the things that you need to do. Number one, I'm going to put a line on top of his right shoulder here. And as I start moving him forward in his downswing, I want you to see how that right shoulder, look how that thing, the first thing is that goes down. His right shoulder is working down in the golf swing. Too many times what we see from the amateur players is the right shoulder almost stays level and starts working out in this direction. What that causes is that gets our hands to get a little bit wider in the golf swing, and that's where we're going to start talking about this gap now. As I start moving him down in his downswing, when we get to this position here, I want you to look at here how his right elbow really goes right against his side. There is no gap there. Amateur players, you're going to have a gap because that elbow does not get to that side because of the way your shoulder is moving. The bigger this gap between the elbow and the arm, the wider the club goes in this direction, and then the earlier it touches the ground. That's where our ball striking issues come in. That's why we're hitting golf shots fat. That's why we're hitting golf shots thin. Now, the purpose of the right arm in the golf swing, or the trail arm in the golf swing, is to help us create speed. So the other thing I want you to point out here is watch how his elbow is leading the hands in. That's what's going to create speed. Too many times at this position in the golf swing, we see the amateur's hands down in this area. They've casted, they've released early, and that's why they're not able to compress the golf ball. So if you want to start compressing the golf ball a little bit more, you want to improve your ball striking, focus on what your trail arm does here in the golf swing. Let's start making sure that as we're coming down in the downswing, the first move that happens is our trail shoulder goes down. That elbow gets against the side so we don't have that gap down in here like amateur players do. And then the elbow is what leads the hands in. And then we compress the golf ball for tons of power and speed in our golf swing, just like Tony Finau does here.